What's up, y'all? It's me, Nate Almighty, and I'm back with another Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 3 theory and prediction video. And today, I bring even more undeniable proof that we not only are seeing the beginning of Kanan and Young Ghost's friendship on the streets of the South Side, but Young Ghost, in fact, was ready to smoke Paul with Kanan in episode 6. I will show everyone the subtle clues of this fact by going over the most recent scene with him that includes Kanan, Paul, and Ronnie Myers, and I will encourage you all to pay attention to the body language, not the words in the scene, right? I will also explain why this will lead to Young Ghost killing Paul in order to prove himself to both Kanan and Ronnie, as he intends to heavily involve himself in the streets and already sees Paul as an annoyance, liability, and threat to his financial bottom line. This video is going to be another banger, so go ahead and like this video and subscribe to this channel so y'all can get this fire every day. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, now, people, the basis for my theory is this. When you open up to the possibility of this guy actually being a young ghost in our faces, you will then begin to notice a lot of very subtle cues the show has been giving us about him. Another week, he gets another scene with even more lines. And every single one of these scenes has been shared with none other than our own Kanan Stark. The producers of the show are definitely trying to tell us something. But wait, there's more. Let's also remember that in episode 5, the guy I presume is a young ghost was visibly annoyed with Famous for messing up with the work and was also very eager to make this money. In the most recent episode, that being episode 6, of course, we can see Kanan on the block getting his workers situated. In the middle of this, we find Paul. Paul expresses his issue with Kanan having taken all of his courier workers, as they all prefer to work for Kanan because the weed business is way more financially lucrative. Paul then begins to act tough, threatening to both beat Kanan up and tell the police on him, definitely marking himself for death. And we all know at this point, it's just a matter of time. He's not going to make it past episode 8. Now, because Ronnie eventually shows up in this scene, he would initially take up more attention in the scene because we know who he is. And he would distract us from something very blatantly shown to us by the writers. Hidden in plain sight, we can see Young Ghost be slightly, but purposely, not fully blurred in the background behind Kanan. Now, while Kanan and Paul are having this altercation, pay attention closely. If you look past Kanan and pay attention to who I'm telling y'all is Ghost, we can clearly see that first, Ghost is conversing with the courier to the left of him, seemingly not paying attention to Kanan and Paul's disagreement. But they purposely put him behind Kanan in this scene for a reason. Now, as soon as Paul pokes his chest out and gets disrespectful, you will notice Young Ghost shifts his head ever so slightly, pause, as it begins to appear that he is talking to the courier to the left of him, but also listening to hear Kanan's response to Paul's threats. And then, once Kanan gets in Paul's face and puts him in his place, you can then see Young Ghost definitely, blatantly turn his face to watch Kanan and Paul's interaction. Now, I don't know how many of you guys are from the hood. I don't know how many of you guys ever jumped or been jumped by someone. But a lot of jumpings happen and begin by standing behind your boy, noticing he is in a confrontation, and patiently waiting for your boy to take off on this threat so you can follow up and jump in. Young Ghost definitely looked like he was eyeing Kanan, trying to see for himself what Kanan was made of after being disrespected right in front of him. It seemed like if Kanan took off on Paul right there on the sidewalk, Ghost would have jumped in without being asked to, as he owes Kanan more loyalty than Paul. Suddenly, these two guys' relationship has been developing right in front of us. So, after we already seen this guy tell Kanan he wants no parts of Paul's courier business anymore, what is going to happen when Kanan tells him he has bricks of heroin and would like to help him make even more money than he was making selling weed in the first place? He's gonna jump at the opportunity. And it can't be a coincidence that both him, Ronnie, and Paul were in this same scene, okay? It can't be a coincidence that both him and Ronnie seen Paul make this threat at the same time within the same scene. And if you're paying attention, you will catch Young Ghost looking in the direction of Ronnie as if he seen Ronnie when he got there. So we can expect, most likely, Kanan will bring Young Ghost to meet Ronnie, who will then probably want him to prove he's loyal to the team. What better way to prove himself than by getting rid of Paul and showing he's willing to go to any extreme to be prosperous in the streets? If anything, we could see Kanan and Young Ghost kill Paul together, right? And that would be Kanan's first real body as well. This theory holds up if I'm right about Ronnie not being Breeze, because I'm still not convinced he isn't. And I already have a new angle that results in him going back to prison that'll be releasing in a video very soon, okay? Because we are all expecting Kanan to introduce Tommy and Ghost to Breeze together. All the arguments claiming this guy isn't Ghost are fair arguments. But we will have an even bigger mystery then, because it's still clear the writers have intentions on keeping this guy around. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.